Good morning, everybody. Just waiting for my notifications to catch up with me. Good morning, Emily. It's going to give it a few minutes for people to catch up and get the notification. And then I'll show you what I'm doing. And I got the sewing machine to work, so it's sitting right here beside me. Unfortunately, though, you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing because unless I move it towards me, which I might do, but we'll see. So basically, let me show you the one that I attempted to make yesterday. This one was made with a different pattern, not the pattern that I'm going to be using today. But as you guys know, there are like 1,000,001 different patterns. The one she did take, because I made 2 of them, the one she took with her this morning was a lot more bulkier. But for the moment, you know, that's what she's using. I'm going to attempt to make another one, which I did some more research yesterday to get a better idea, because right now this one's being filtered with coffee filter, which is not the greatest idea because of the fact that when you actually wash it, the filter is going to break apart. But, you know, for the moment, it was good for today, and then she can just basically throw it away afterwards. Good morning, Vanessa. Another one, which I just realized I had my sound on the actual stream. I'm like, no, that's not going to work. So I did share it out to all the groups, so hopefully that's okay. You know, people can catch it afterwards if they want to watch it. So basically what I did with this one is I cut up a Fruit of the Loom or Allstate heavyweight 100% cotton t-shirt. But as you can see, I used quite a bit of it. I don't have any more black thread, and I hate not having that. So I'm going to save this until I can get my hands on some more black thread and then make her a couple of, if the new design works. So the link is below showing you what I followed. This is not my idea. I'm following someone else's idea. And she was good enough to post the pictures and everything for it, as well as the video and the 2 patterns. There is another pattern out there as well, but I'm not going to use this one just yet. I think I'm going to attempt to make this one first and see how it works out. So basically, I'm going to cut out the pattern. I'm not sure if it's the same size. Main fabric. Okay, that calls for a lining fabric. Okay, so this calls for 2 slight different, 2 different pieces to be cut out. So I'm going to cut out the pattern. And remember, guys, this is nowhere near medical grade. And I'm not claiming that it is. This is just to help protect. And again, you know, you don't have to use it, but the CDC is recommending you use some kind of cloth mask. So this is basically what I'm doing. I've searched, I've gone pretty much to tons of different places that I know they normally carry masks in stock with absolutely no luck whatsoever. There is one place that I'm looking at, but I figured it'll just be easier. Now, the one that I'm making is a pocket mask so that the filter goes in between. I have ordered the filter for the mask. However, I have no clue how long it's going to take, especially as I'm hearing now that USPS is closing all international mail. It's going to be a problem because the stuff that I ordered for the filter is coming from the US. So I don't know whether it's going to get to me. So for the meantime, I'm going with other recommendations, which is to basically use paper towels as a filter, or the blue shop towels. And I just happen to have blue shop towels. So that's going to work. Actually, a baby wipe. I never thought of that. I do have baby wipes too. Not a bad idea, Emily. Huh. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Baby wipes. Okay. I can, yeah, I can use, but that, it's supposed to be a non-woven material. You're talking this kind? This stuff here? Is this what you're talking about, Emily? Because this would be a lot easier to use. But, I don't know. Is this the stuff that you're talking about, Emily? All right, let it dry out. Actually, this one already got dirty. I guess my top here is dirty. Got to wipe it down when I was cleaning. Okay. All right, I am going to put 2 of them out to dry because she's going to need 2 for 1 for each side. But thanks for the idea, Emily. We'll definitely try it out. It's got to be better than the freaking coffee filter, because that was really, really hard to work with, and it kept bunching up. So let's see. Didn't think of the baby wipes. Huh. Okay. It's gonna have to soak. Something ended up getting on my yeah. No, I know, Emily. Like I said, I ordered the filter only because the Carhartt had it, and I wanted to donate and help her out too. So I ordered the filter that she had, that she was selling. And so I ordered that, but now Vanessa tells me that USPS is stopping international packages. So I have no clue how long she sent it out and whether it's going to come to me or not. You're thinking the baby wipes won't work, Vanessa? Can you tell us why? I'm thinking it's because it's too woven open, but I'm kind of leaning towards the shop filters, shop paper towels. All right, there we go. All right, much better. Yeah, that's what I was using, Ray. Good morning, Ray. I was using the coffee filter, but it's really like I think I made the mistake that I sewed it into her mask. I'll show you what I'm talking about. See, I sewed the paper, the coffee filter into the fabric, and I think that's the mistake I made yesterday when I made this mask. I think I need to do it as a pocket mask so that the filter can just go in. I'll cut it up afterwards and do it that way. So I'll add that in afterwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try, because the other idea that they recommend is these shop towels, to use these ones so that it doesn't, that it helps breathe through. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought with the baby wipes. So I'm gonna put those back in. I'm not gonna use those. I didn't think they were non-woven, so they look like they are woven. Okay. I mean, there are some that are saying even these, just your plain paper towels. These ones here, these ones also work, but I'm finding that these ones might not work as well. Even though these are non-woven, but I want to use the blue shop towels. That's what I was thinking of doing it. Yeah, exactly. Folded paper towels work. I mean, even your napkins work. Anything works in between to anything more. The more layers you have, the better chances of filtering out whatever is being spit out there. So I have a plain clean t-shirt. This is just one that nobody wears. And I am going to use this one to cut it up today. Now, what did I just do with those patterns? Okay, oh, here it is. Okay, so, all right, so let's see here. Eggs. Oh, well, there goes my paper towels. All right, so. There is, I just don't have any. I don't have any. Gray, I went to a couple of Walmarts yesterday looking for the fabric stiffener, and yeah, no luck. So, yeah, there go with that idea out the window. Now, what I want to do here is this time around, because the patterns came out really rough yesterday. I should actually have, I'm going to print another pattern. Give me a second, guys. I should have printed two to begin with. That way it would make it easier for me to cut it up. Where is the other one? All right, there's a second one being printed. I'm out of paper. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's look at that one. This way. Hang on a second, Ray. I'll see what you're talking about. Yeah, again, all of our stores are closed. All of the places that I could get interfacing, basically everything was not available. So I was kind of out of luck. So I was trying to figure out ways to figure out how to do it without all these extra stuffs. Now my printer is being, I know that. Again. Ugh. There we go. Okay, now it should print. Yeah, interfacing would definitely work, and I'm desperate to get my hands on some. And I was stupid not to buy any when I had the chance, and I was at the fabric store a month ago. But unfortunately, I'm out of luck. And now all the fabric stores are closed, and I cannot get, and they're not even taking, the particular fabric store that I know of is not even taking online orders. But I will check with them again in a couple of days to see if by any chance they opened up, because I know they said that they were working on it, which is one of my favorite fabric stores. And I'll see if I can get my hands on a couple of yards that they can just easily mail out to me here in Toronto. But in the meantime, I'm going to make this one as a pocket so that anything, until I can get my hands on an actual filter, she can at least put the shop paper towels in between. No, Ray. I finally got the notice from Amazon to say my machine should be here in a day or so. They had held back all of their shipping of the machines and everything so that they can clean up their facilities to prevent, because some of the facilities were not up to standards. So they held back everybody's shipment until they got it cleaned up. And then I got an email yesterday telling me that they're going to have it sent out within the next day or so, so that we can get those machines to weigh them. So, because that's the only thing that's stopping me. It's not that they're not delivering to the United States. The problem is that USPS put it in place that we have to have them weighed exact, plus we have to have the labels printed, as well as the ones that you know, the ones that have the adhesive on the back of it. It can't be with a bunch of tape. So I had to order those both off of Amazon because none of the stores here had it in a price that I could afford. So, I mean, it's good to have for next time, but, you know, and then that'll make my job easier. I won't have to go into their office so much. So as soon as I get them, I will get them, and I will get the boxes made and get out to their offices so they can deliver it to the USPS office in Buffalo. So I'm working on it, Ray. I haven't forgotten. Okay, so now I've got 4 because I've got to cut. It says 2 main. I'm going to make them all the same, so I'm not going to change it up. Now, this might not be the best idea to do it in, but you know what? Anything's better than nothing. Yeah, I said the same thing, Ray. I said the same thing. So, because unfortunately, I can't take a guess. I have to have exact information on those weights. Because if for some reason I'm underweight on the packages, they'll reject it at the USPS. And I do not want to chance that. All right, so that's the lining, that's the thing, that's the lining, and that's the lining. So we're going to leave that there for a minute, and we're going to do this one. Yeah, and that's exactly why I wanted to do the pocket ones, so that I can throw it in the washing machine or hand wash it. And if this one works, and if she likes this one, then I'll make her more. Because the one I made yesterday, she does not like. She goes, "It's too bulky, Mom." I'm like, okay, I'll try again. I mean, I was watching hundreds of videos today and yesterday, and there's one lady that said she made about 10 different designs, or four different designs, until she finally found one that actually worked. But the difference is that she wasn't making them for pleasure or for just safety. She was actually making them for the hospital, so that it had to pass some vigorous tests, making sure that it was, you know, properly put onto your face and it was tight. Okay, now this is weird. See, it did not print out the same size. So print it out there, but it didn't. So I'm gonna have to check on that. Check these ones. Oh wait, I mean, I've printed the wrong one. That's what it is. Okay, I printed the wrong one. There we go. That answers my question. Hang on a minute, guys. I printed the wrong one. That makes sense. Yep, that's why. Okay, let's try this again. Print. Okay, so these two are no good. I am using, I have found some white elastic, so I'm going to use that. But the method that I'm going to show you is actually using shoestring. It's a little bit different. Like I said, if you want, go and watch the video that I linked, and it shows you how she made a shoestring tie instead of using elastic. I'm going to try that method first and see how she likes it. But I do, if I make a second one today, it will be also with the elastic. So I want to make her one with the elastic and one with the shoestring method like she showed in the video that I linked. Like I said, there's a lot of different versions. I'm not sure that I like the elastic method because it doesn't seem like it's going to hold securely. I test, you know, like from what I can see, I know that a lot of doctors and use it temporarily. But she's going to be doing a lot of moving around. She's got to go from home to work, and that's an hour drive, an hour bus ride, and she's going to have to be transferring different buses as well. So I wanted something that she could wear that was comfortable and that you know, won't allow for a lot of movement. So I figured the tie back with the shoestring is the best one that I saw that actually looked like it was going to be comfortable and that it would stay in place. Nice, Emily. So how's everybody doing? You guys getting through your boredom and you're stuck at home? And Ray, I don't have any seed binding, or else I would use that as well, unfortunately. So, like I said, I was caught off guard. Normally, I keep all of these in hand, on hand and everything, and I don't have any of that. All right, so now this one should be the same. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, it is bad, no matter which way you look at it. I can make it. I'm not sure what that is referring to, Ray. I mean, if this design works, I'm also going to be sending some out to my family and friends as well, too. Because, I mean, I've got T-shirts coming out of my yin yang, and dollar store sells T-shirts that I can cut up for like $1. So, I mean, that black one that I did my mask with yesterday, that came from the dollar store that I bought about like 2 months ago. They were all for $1. Yeah, that's the other thing I was thinking of, because I can use, that's how I made this one, Ray. This one, I took a piece, actually, no, this one's the one with I used elastic cording. But the other one, the one that she's actually wearing today, this is the seam binding that I made with the material. So I cut the material up and I made the seam binding with it. So this piece here, that's the actual binding. That's the actual knit fabric. See, this is the part of the T-shirt down here. This is the part that I was using yesterday. But I cut it up a little bit too small. So today when I redo it, I'm going to make sure it's not that small. Exactly, exactly. It's just like, it's just cutting it straight and then, you know, putting it together. Hi, Christine. I mean, I'm lucky. This is one of the, last week was the first time that I used my new sewing machine that I got for Christmas. So I'm really, really happy that it worked beautifully. Now, you may notice that I'm putting extra pins, And the reason being is because yesterday when I did this, I didn't put enough. And yeah, it shifted. I had to do a lot of cross-checking and recutting. So today I'm making sure that it's very, very... My daughter is still working. She is considered a essential worker. She works for a company here in Canada that is doing the credit card, answering the phones on the credit cards. So that's basically telemarketing in a way. Oh, sorry, not telemarketing, telecommunication. So with her being an essential worker, and there's no way in heck I can be driving her every day. Even though it's a 20-minute drive, it's still really, really hard to get to and from where she works. It's just easier for her to take the bus back and forth every day. And less on gas too. I mean, a bus ride for her ends up being $5 a day when, $6 a day. When she takes the bus, it costs me almost $10 a day to bring her back and forth to work, because I got to go 4 times instead of 2. And she does not know how to drive. So, and this is not a time to be teaching her. All right, so I got that one done. Now, the other thing that I actually, let me think here for a minute. Yeah, this one calls for a different design, so I don't need any bias tape. So make sure you guys have a really good pair of scissors, because that's going to be the key. So I am just going to cut this up over here for the moment. Okay, I don't want to do that part. I want to keep the bottom part intact as much as I can. So I'm going to keep this one to the side. All right. Yeah, Emily, I feel for James Lee, especially since his job really is dangerous. At least at this point, you never know what type of garbage you're going to pick up. I may not be the greatest cutter, especially when it comes to material, but I'm trying. Oh, definitely, Christine. My sister-in-law works in the healthcare department. She's a nurse in one of our Ottawa hospitals. And the first thing she did when this broke out is she sent her husband and her 5-year-old to her mother's or her mother-in-law's place a couple of 100 miles away, because with her being a nurse and having to come home every night after working a full shift at the hospital and triple shifts, she's exposed to all of this kind of stuff. So she ended up sending them to her mother's place just in case something happened and she was exposed to this stuff. Hi, Kilburn. Yeah, that's a lot of places. You know, right now I'm only making it for her. If this design works, then I'm going to make myself one that I can use to go when I have to go to grocery shopping and stuff. And most of my doctors have been really, really nice. They, if I need anything or I need test results or anything like that that I took before all this broke out, they've been calling. They've been calling, video chatting in case we have any concerns and anything. Gloves, I got lucky. Those I always keep on hand because I'm constantly used to be dyeing my hair. So I have a huge, huge box of the really, really thick gloves. But gloves is really not going to help you. It is going to help James Lee that he's picking up garbage all the time. But for normal people, masks is the one thing. Gloves are not going to really help because if you go on YouTube, you'll see one lady who basically doesn't recommend it because you think you're safe, and the minute that you touch something, your gloves become contaminated. And you're going to automatically transfer it to all sorts of places on your face. I mean, she does carry gloves, and I'm really lucky because her work, she was so worried. Like up until now, she's been having to buy Lysol wipes and disinfectants and things like that for work. And now with everything going on, work has basically separated her workstation. So she's now in a cubicle that she only uses. Nobody else uses it. And she's able, they provide her with Lysol wipes. They're providing her with hand sanitizers, everything that she's going to need to wipe down that desk. Yes, there are cleaners that come in every night, but as she says, Mom, I don't trust them. She goes, it's not that they're not going to do a good job. I trust myself more to make sure that everything is sanitized and wiped down. So she's really happy that the company is providing it because we've looked, we've gone everywhere, 10, 15 different stores, and we cannot find those wipes. They are not to be bought, even at premium prices. I guess it's a lesson learned to keep everything on hand in case of an emergency. Oh, Emily, I'm a smoker, so I smoke. And so I am constantly hand to face all the time. And, I was thinking about that the other day when I was shopping in the grocery store, that immediately as I came out of the store, after I paid for everything, put everything in the car, got in the car, the first thing I did was reach for a cigarette. Well, not a good idea, especially since my hands have now become contaminated. So luckily my daughter had left me one of the small Purell bottles in the car. And so I quickly used that before I even picked up a cigarette. And then the other thing too is when I went into the store, especially Walmart, they had the Lysol wipes for people to take one and wipe their cart down and wipe their hands down. So I'm really happy about that part. At least my Walmart did. I don't know about everybody else's, but because there's hand sanitizers, yeah, those were empty. Didn't work. Okay, so we've got 4 of them cut out. All right, so now let's just make sure. So this is the lining. That's the main pocket. Pocket lining fabric. Pocket lining fabric. Okay, so let's make sure we get piece by piece correct. All right, so these two go together this way. So I'm just going to keep it together for the moment so that I know which is which, even though I can tell by the size. Oh, no, that was almost a mistake. Okay. All right, so the idea then is you take the 2 pieces, and the first spot that you want to sew together is the 2 pieces over here. Okay, I feel comfortable doing it this way. Ray, if you're still here, how important is it to put, because the one thing that this pattern calls for is for you to use a 16 gauge wire to put across the nose area. What do you guys think? Because if you think it's worth it, I can go ahead and attempt that part of the pattern. I mean, I've got some wiring that I can make it with. Wait, that's this way. No, Vanessa, the wire, it's not that. The wire is used in order for it to feel more, I guess, more secure to your nose area. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what this pattern calls for. Okay, so I do need the wire then. Okay. I wasn't sure about that part. See, now somehow I ended up cutting this a little bit wrong. Yeah, and that's exactly why they call for the wire. Okay, in that case, let me put this aside for the moment, get my trusty material again. Where did I put that extra piece? Okay. So it calls for a piece to be put back on top of the lining section. Okay, so that's going to be for the wire spot, and calls for a, I don't know, well, that'll work. Gotta figure out how this. I'm looking for the other end. God, I gotta be blind. Okay, so this is this part here. Huh. I'm definitely blind. Not sure what filter you're talking about. Maybe someone else might know, Emily. Okay, so this is this piece. So what the heck is going on here? Okay, you know what? Screw this. Sorry. Scissors. I don't know where the other piece went. All right. So it calls for a 5-inch. 5-inch. And go a bit more. All right. Didn't it? All right. Put this piece and this piece here. Now, the way this is supposed to go is it goes on top of it afterwards. As long as, what I do know, as long as it's a non-woven material, as long as you put 1 or 2 layer on it, you should be fine. Definitely not baby wipes as you made James Lee's first mask, because Vanessa's right. Baby wipes is woven, and it's very holy because it's supposed to hold liquid. All right, so this is going to be my first piece that I'm going to cut. I'm going to sew, and hopefully this works. I need a piece of fabric to test it on. Yep, I threaded it right. All right. All right. This is going to be a bit too far. All right. clean this piece up. There is one other thing that I did find that might work as a filter. Except I'm really, I'll show you guys, but I really do not want to cut it up. So this is the fabric bag, or the bag that they sent to the cover of the sewing machine. So it looks like it's a lightweight interfacing. I didn't want to cut this up, but would this work as lining, as a filter? Yeah, this one is breathable. Yeah, it's definitely breathable. And it is definitely, it's like an interface. It's the interface material that they sent it. So I was thinking of cutting it up, but I'm not too crazy about that idea. Because I do need a cover for my sewing machine. But if it comes down to it, if I can't get anything else, I might just end up cutting that one apart. Someone used a sheet of notebook, which of course can be, yeah, I'm not sure about a sheet of notebook, because that paper is definitely not breathable. I have no clue, Emily, whether it's polyester or not. To me, it feels like the interface paper, the interface stuff. Now, the pattern doesn't call for you cutting out notches, but I've seen quite a bit of them that'll help to lay the material flat. All right, so I am just going to turn the iron on. So that I can get that. I thought of that too, Christine. I thought of that. I might just do that. I might just do that. Thanks for the suggestion. I thought about taking it apart to do it that way. And I wish I could find my small iron, but I have been searching and I have no luck. I have no clue what I did with it. So I've got to use the big one. All right. So in the meantime, now this is the part that I don't remember how to do. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that video. Sorry, I keep shaking because I keep hitting the table. Give me a second, guys, while I'm waiting for the iron to heat up anyway. So. Sorry, give me a minute. I thought I had understood how to do this part, and I don't. So let me put it on that part. Okay, got it. Okay, so the way she's done this, and I'm going to, oh, let me, iron just came on. Sorry, guys, just bear with me for a minute. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, thank you, Emily. All right, so I'm going to do this part first. So let me just double check those instructions again. This way. change. All right, got it. Okay, so what she does is she takes the fabric and she makes a little notch. Now I'm using, because I'm using knit, I'm going to do it just slightly different. This actually might be too big of a piece. Figure that out in a minute. Oh yeah, way too big. Okay, so it has to be cut down. There. Sure. Oh, definitely, Vanessa. Yes. Yes, it will. Okay, now, this is where I'm a little bit confused. So she's cutting those off. Oh, okay. I got it. I got it. Maybe. So she's putting it on top of that. Okay. Okay, so where's that piece? Now I understand how she did it. All right, so now I got to do these two. All right, it's decided to jam. Got it. Sorry I can't show you guys what I'm doing, but I discovered this morning when I was setting this up that it wasn't going to show. You were going to end up just seeing the top of my head, so, or the top of the machine. So All right, so the idea then is you've got this piece made, it's glue, it's done together. So this is going to be the nose guard where the wire gets fitted in. Okay. So then, all right, so then, which is a smaller piece? This is a smaller piece, right? Yep. Okay, so then you open this up. Now, the next piece is to sew this together so that it does not open up. I'll show you guys what I'm doing in a second. All right, so what I did is to make this nice and even, and yeah, that came out like crap. Luckily, it's on the back. I know to do this one on the other side. So this one, I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to actually sew it on the inside so that it doesn't do that crinkling. All right, let's do it this way. All right, that did not work. Darn it, thought I had a small stitch ripper. I ended up buying what's called the Singer Talent that has the automatic needle threader. From all the other ones that I had looked at, it has a plastic component for the bobbin area where you put the bobbin inside of it. I wanted a metal one so that it wouldn't break easily, because I tend to be rough on my sewing machines. And besides, the last Singer I had lasted me almost 20 years. So I went with the same company. All right, much better. All right, let's do this again, and this time opening it up properly. Now that I know what I'm doing, I hope I know what I'm doing. All right, much better. All right, see? There we go. That came out perfect. So I'm actually thinking of removing this one to do it properly, if I can. Maybe. Sorry, didn't mean to screw this up, guys. Yeah, see, that's going to be really bulky when I put the two of them together. And I just ripped it. All right, put that aside. It's just cut two new ends. Sorry. All right. Yeah. Let's see if I can save it. Might be able to save it now that I'm thinking about it because it's at the top. Might be able to bring in the, yeah, screw that. It's just easier. I got the material. It's just recut it out. Yeah, it is a prototype, but if it works, it's going to be for my daughter. But the thing is, the one that I was just doing, I sewed it incorrectly, so it ended up bunching up where it wasn't supposed to be bunching up. It's like Stacy said too. She said she did like 3 or 4 of them, and the first one she made, it was a bitch and a half to get to work, and that's exactly what this one's doing. Because the one that I made yesterday was a little bit easier, but it did not work as well. All right. So let's do this one. I'm going to use these scissors. The other ones are really driving me nuts. These ones look like they cut, so. Exactly. Thank you, Christine. Practice definitely makes perfect. And yeah, the other ones may cut, but they don't cut properly. These ones are a lot better. All right. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Christine. Yeah, because the idea is you want to have it lay as flat as possible. And that's what the ones that I made yesterday that I discovered after going through all of it and making it and doing everything, it just did not fit right. But I mean, it was, at least she had something for today. All right, so this time I'm going to do it again, but I learned from my mistakes not to cut it open. Do not cut it open, just leave it like this. Because then when you try and flatten it to go down, yeah, the notches don't, it just bunches up, especially on knit material. You might be able to do it on the cotton material that's not as flimsy. There we go. If I get this right today, guys, I'll be lucky. Don't you find that the first one that you make always works, but then when you try and copy it, that's when you make mistakes? Got it! Yay! I got it! I got it! There we go. Got it. Okay, that's the second piece. There we go. Now it lays nice and flat. Oh no, Vanessa! Ouch! All right, so now the idea here is you take the nose guard, and I can't remember. Yeah, you have to do it this way. So you do it like this, and then that middle piece goes here. I'm just going to double check to make sure she sewed it on the correct side. gonna do that part. Back it up here just a little bit. That is on the inside. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that I did it correctly. So you're gonna want to, so the nose guard part on the section here. Now, I'm thinking, this is too wide. Because the wire is gonna end up going over here, kind of in the middle, because you're gonna have a 1/4 bias. Maybe it might be okay. All right, so the idea here then, actually, this is done wrong. You want to put the pins this way. Okay, there we go. All right, so now, yeah. Okay. All right, so this is where the nose guard is going to be. I don't know if I did this correctly. No, because that's going to be on the inside. Yeah, because it's going to go. Huh. Good question. No, it is right. It is right. Because the way the mask goes, the white part of it goes on the outside. So that's the way, yeah. Okay, so that is correct. Okay. So then the next step is you've got to do this part here, which is your finishing. And it really doesn't matter which way you make it. It's totally up to you. Okay, so all right, so this piece is done. Now go back to this one. And now this one we leave open for the moment because it's got to be, this is where the string is going to come out. So now take this part apart. You don't need those for the moment. And what you're going to do is this part now gets turned over and these two get put together. She may have gone to do other things, Vanessa, so she may not still be here. You may have to message her. Okay. Okay. So I've got those two pieces. Okay. There. Got them all together. And again, I'm not a professional seamstress, so it may not look like the greatest job. All right, so now, just want to make sure, yeah, because when you turn it upside down, yeah. It would suck if I had pinned them together the wrong way and then I realized after I'd sewed them, like, oh no! Nope, but I pinned them correctly, so I'm good. Okay. Still getting used to the back spacer here. Okay, so I have the two masks put together. That is funny, Christine. All right, so now you've got all the pieces put together. So you can see there's a pocket in here and a pocket in here. So now just take it and turn it inside out. All right. See, she was right. By the time you put this piece in there, oh, I think she's gonna like this one a lot better. I'm going to turn the iron back on because I'm going to give it a press. Okay, iron's back on. Now to do the finishing touches. This is where it's going to be a little bit of a key. All right, so you got to do this part here first. Actually, I think I'm going to need to press this first before I do anything else because it's going to need to be, because this one's going to go, I think it has to go double. It has to go this way and then this way. Yeah, I think that's the way it's got to go. So I'm going to have to do it as a double. See, and it came out this time compared to this one that's really much of a mess. The much smaller this one is, and it's a lot. Yeah. I think the next one that I'm going to make though because this one's really small. Hopefully it'll fit her. This one almost is a small. I think I'm going to do another one, but I think I'm going to use the men's one. This one's really small. This one actually might be too small for her. But it works. So let me get it flattened out here. Yeah. Okay, so I got that pressed, so at least it stays a bit more flat. Now I'm wondering about one thing though. She shows that she does that. She does do that. Okay, wasn't sure about that. Yeah, and she does it that way too. I was right about that. Okay, so next step I have to do is I have to make a sewing line all the way through. And I'm going to fix this because this one ended up being way too big. All right, much better. Okay, top one done. Doing the second one. Got it. So now I did the top stitching on the bottom. So you can see now, top. So now it's going to remain absolutely flat. And there's your part. And it's not the greatest, but hey. Again, I am not a seamstress. So I am going to, yeah, this is not gonna, maybe. Let's see. All right. This is going to be a tight fit, a very, very tight fit. Sorry, I'm not talking, guys. I'm just concentrating on sewing this properly. I'll show you guys what I did in a minute. Okay. All right, so that's done. So basically what I would suggest increasing this one part. It's way too tiny. So increase the bottom and increase the sides. All right, now, I don't think this is going to fit through, but we're definitely going to try. Okay, so let's see if this works. All right. Test it. I think it's going to probably be at least 2. Because then you have to. So. Let's go with maybe this much. All right, so this may or may not work. I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's got enough room, but may have made it too tight. We'll see. Okay, so this is not going to work. Let's try threading it from the top. No, no matter which way you look at it, this is not going through. These are going to be too small. I can try that, Christine, because it's pretty. It's like if you look, it's not fraying because I pretty much did it. But let me try your method. See if the Scotch tape makes a difference. I think the loops may be too small. Oh, no, you're right, Christine. It did make a difference. It pushed it right through. But to get it all the way through is the question. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's halfway there. Halfway there. Come on, just a bit more. Yeah, I don't have any of those. That is going to be on my next shopping list. It's almost through, guys. It's almost through. I know exactly what happened. It ended up being caught on the top part. Haha, got it. There we go. Got it. All right, so the idea here is once you get it through the loop, now you could loop it the other way so that it stays closed right here, which is, I guess, what I should have done, but then put it through. Now to struggle with the other side. But I think this one might be a bit better because it's not as tight. But this piece should have gone on the other side, but this is just a prototype, so. And I'm gonna remake it with it being just a bit bigger. Hey, Mike. And this is probably going to get stuck at the top again. So. How you doing today, Mike? I'm having fun trying to put a string through a hole that I think I made too small. Way too small. Come on. stuck at the top again. I just needed to peek out just a little bit. There we go. Got it. I'll just hand sew this afterwards. So bad. There. Got it. All right. So there you go, guys. So let's see how this fits. All right. So now, we need to go this length. Exactly, Christine. Yeah, exactly. All right. So there's it. Now, the last piece was, if I can find what I did with it, except it seems to have gotten lost in this mess. Ah, nope, there it is. Okay, so then the idea here is that you want to put the nose guard. So you're going to need this part here. Okay. 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 Piece of tape. I want to make sure it doesn't poke through. Okay. So then just put it through this way. This one's not going to catch. There we go. Oh yeah, definitely, guys. This one is 10 times better than the one from yesterday. It's still not sealing as well, but it's a heck of a lot better than the one that I made her yesterday. And she's got a lot smaller of a nose than I do. So this one actually might fit her. So there you guys go. And to make the filter, all you have to do is just take, and then the way it shows is just fold it. Okay. And then just put it through. Somehow this one got all twisted. There we go. There you go. Okay. So then just cut it off. That. Push it in. Okay. Go as far as you can. And then this part here, just pull it up just a little bit. And there you go. And now she's got a mask, and hopefully this will fit her a lot better. I am going to make another one that's a little bit bigger, and I'll post pictures of it with this one a little bit better. But this is pretty much it. So let me know if you guys enjoyed my fumbling around and how this worked out. And yes, the thing. Oh, I got it. I got it. So you guys want to see me make the other one, or do you want me to end the stream for today? What do you think? Should we do another one? Now that I know what I'm doing? We make our next one the cropped away. I think I want to make one that's a little bit, at least an inch to an inch and a half more longer, and then twist this the other way so that the opening of the filters on the inside. What about? I'm not sure how to do that one. I know what you mean, Christine, but I'm not sure how to do that one. What I'm thinking though is that this needs to be reversed. The pieces need to be reversed. I think I sewed it backwards. But this is basically one of the designs. And then if you wanted to use elastic instead of this, I do have somewhere in my mess, which I think I buried. I buried all of these. Let me throw these all in the garbage. Okay, here's the elastics. The other idea is you can use the elastic cording instead. So, but the elastic, instead of using rope, which I just happen to have this on hand, you can use elastic instead. Like I said, I think I'm going to make another one, but I'm going to make it bigger. Actually, I'm going to check something because she does have the bad's design. Let me check and see if the man's design is actually bigger. Because if the man's design is bigger, I am going to... All right, so let's cut this. So that is my first one. Yeah, that's why in a way I didn't really want to use an elastic, Christine. I preferred the rope so that it's not so squishy, because with the elastic, what I'm afraid of is you got a tendency of tying it too tight. I mean, the other idea is you can use this. I don't know. I mean, you can also try using a, oh, now I understand why it's doing it. All right. And 50 million pieces of paper again. Because the other idea is you could try using this, but I'm just afraid it'll end up being too tight. See? What do you guys think? If I use an elastic instead, like this is a headband, I don't know if it's going to be too tight. No, she needs it basically for an hour to go to work and an hour to come home. What do you guys think? Should I try using this one? I'm just, let me think here. Let me see. Let me check something here. Do it this way. No, I got to do it the other way. Well, extremely tight. Yeah, this is extremely tight. See, I forgot to take the measurements of how big her head is, and I don't know if her head's smaller than mine. If her head's smaller than mine, then this will definitely fit her. But the thing is, she also has a lot of hair, and where I've got none. So, oh, she did say yesterday's mask was way too big. So, looking at this, yeah, see, it's quite a bit smaller compared to this one. Oh yeah, quite a bit. It's not the ears part, Vanessa. That's working perfectly. It's not, this part's working beautifully because this goes behind the head and then you tie it down here. So it's got nothing to do with that part. That works beautifully. What I think it is, though, is I made it too short in here because this fits just from my nose, from the tip of my nose to the bottom of my chin. So it's got no under sealant. So I think it's too short this way. So now looking at the man's one, let me see if that one's any bigger. Okay, so that's the pocket one. Fabric. Let's see. Lining, me fabric. See, even the man's one is not that much bigger. So it's not, I think this one, this part is perfect. I think this works. I think I need to add in, though, 2 inches at the bottom here. That's what I think I need to do. Because this one here definitely needs to go. So I'm going to adjust this. All right, so I'm going to add in, and okay, so that's the main fabric one. So the main fabric one, if I do it backwards, okay, so the main fabric one ended up this way. So this should have been done the opposite, but this needs to go, it needs to go this way. This is the way it's got to go. There we go. That's the way she wears the mask. I was putting it on backwards. A couple of darts on either side of, yeah, I'm going to do that, Christine, but I'm going to see how it fits on her first before I do that. But I think I still want to go a bit bigger. So I think I'm going to go this way, because see how much bigger, this is the main one. See, this will end up being just a tiny bit bigger. So I think that will work. I think I'm going to go this way, add in this much, and add in an inch. Inch on the bottom. Now if I go, yeah, because this has got to go at least an inch so that when it cups on a, yeah, so if I go fabric down further, yeah, I think that's going to give it quite a bit more. See, it's going to be quite a bit more. So I'm going to take these two, I'm going to cut those the same, and then do the same now. Do the same thing here. No, I don't need to do the, I don't need to widen this one. I need to just make this part wider. Just the bottom part. There we go. That might work too, Christine. That might work. To tighten up the bottom, yeah, but I think if she pulls it tight like the way I'm suggesting, it might just actually work. All right, so let's put these two together. There. All right, so now when that one works. Now, I think what I'm going to do also is I'm going to change the material. So I will be right back. I'm going to go to the bathroom and go get a pink t-shirt. All right, so I have this beautiful. And I think I'm going to change it to red thread, except that I don't have any more. I had already done that. I've got another one in here. Okay. This is, I had used the wrong thread. This is a bias tape, bias thread, so it's really thin and it breaks. That's why I couldn't use this one. So I'm just going to take it off because I don't have any more bobbins. And I think she'll like the pink one too. Okay. Okay, so sorry guys, I'm still not 100%. There we go. Okay. All right. All right, so the machine is threaded. All right, so this time I'm going to go back and I'm going to do it the same way I did yesterday's, rather than trying to cut this all up and yeah. Actually, that's not going to work. So. All right. This is pretty. All right, it's done. Then all right. Okay. All right, so now these ones aside. All right, so these two are the lining. And these are the main fabric ones. All right. All right. So this one we're going to do in the same type of idea, but we're going to make it a bit bigger, that it goes underneath the chin, and hopefully this one will work a lot better. So I added in an inch on the bottom, and I added in an extra ½ inch over on this side to allow for that string to go through without jamming the way it did. But I'm also going to sew it together separately, differently as well. I'm not going to leave it to the last minute too. Okay. And I'm also going to do this one a bit differently too. I'll show you guys. I'm actually going to thread and you're right, Christine. That one was a prototype. This one's the real one. There we go. All right, so there's a thing here, so I'm going to have to do it on the other side. Go this way. So we'll see how long this one takes me to make. What the heck's going on in here? All right. All right. And this is the piece that I will use to make the nose. All right. Thanks, Emily. Okay. So as soon as I'm finishing this one, Emily will be coming on live, and she will be doing a couple other things as well. I don't think she's making masks, but I think she's using, she might be doing something that you guys all like to watch as well. Yeah, Ray, I'll go in and take care of that. I'll unblock you from Emily's account. Yeah, I saw that, Emily. I'll take care of getting it unblocked. All right. You're welcome, Ray. So now that I know what I'm doing, I don't have to worry about which piece goes with which, because I know where it is. All right. So I got all the pieces. Now, I'm going to do something different that I did not do on the first one. This is going to help enormously. And I am going to zigzag the frickin' edges. I know it's a pain in the neck to do this step, but it actually will help in the long run when you're trying to put pieces together. Okay. Casper, bring me back my scissors. Jeez. I had to get all the way down there. All right. So what I just basically did is I zigzagged the outer part so that when I put it together, it's going to look a lot neater. Okay. All right, so now figuring out which piece is which. Okay, those two go together. Yep. All right, so let's do those two pieces first. this piece here is use so into this a little bit. Okay. Now, okay, so this one I'm going to do slightly different. I'm going to pin this first. Okay. Right. Then bring them together. That way it's nice and clean. See, once you make one, then making the next one is going to be fairly easy because you're going to know exactly what you're doing. Okay, there you go. All right, so now So now, just keeping in mind which is which art. So, let's do it differently this time. Okay. So what I've done is I've pre-made slots so that I don't have the same problem as before. That way I know exactly how much room I've got. Okay. Now, close this up. These ones up. Oh, okay, so that's done. I'm not gonna do that second one until I know what I'm doing. So, gotta close this one up. right, so see how much smoother? Got it to go correctly? Okay. Now, let's see which is bigger. So I don't get, okay, so it's this one here. So, middle. I'm gonna make this one just a bit smaller this time. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So maybe that's a little bit too wide. Okay, so this piece is done. See something here. So there's quite a bit more. That's right, it can't be done that way because it's got to be independent, right? Yeah. So now this is going to go this way. This is going to go this way. Hi, Margaret. Okay, so now it's finding it's really thick up here. So I am just going to go in and I'm going to use the scissors. Just kind of thin that out. Just on the part here. All right, much better. There we go. So how are you doing, Ray? Sorry, Margaret, how are you doing? Yeah, sorry, Margaret. I'm making a mask, but I couldn't, I mean, this is the mask that I'm making. I already made one, but it was too small. It was a prototype. So I'm making an actual second one. And this time I zigzagged it here so that it wouldn't catch the string when I put it through. Let's get a zigzag this one part. Oh, nice. So is he able to make you guys some masks? I'm making this one for my daughter since she's not quite a front, but she's got to go to work every day. I'm sorry about Margaret. But that's okay. We all try. Look, I'm not the greatest either. So, like, you should have seen my first one. My daughter's actually wearing the first one that I made yesterday. And yeah, she called me this morning. She goes, Mom, I don't like it. It's too bulky. It's too this. I said, okay, I will try again. And hoping that this one will work a lot better for her. Okay, so Vanessa, the link is in the link is in the comments, and only if they want to. Okay, so I now have this one done. Let's get another piece of wire. Okay, and I know I put my scissors somewhere. Okay. There we go. Nothing heavy. And this one ended up being a little bit bulky, but once I put the filter in, it should be fine. ended up. You know what? Doesn't matter. All right. So now this is the original mask that I made. So I think, like I said, this one ended up being quite a bit bigger. So it gives you the, and then a little bit wider as well too. So, and it's going to be the same idea. As soon as I untangle it. Okay, so just to give an idea of how big of a piece I need. This one should go through a lot easier because I made it quite a bit wider. All right, so now goes this way first. Let's go through. Might get stuck at the top, but not as bad as the last time. Yeah, see? Oh yeah, much better. Okay, guys, that's it. I'm gonna put the second piece of thing in there. There's a filter, and she now has, so as soon as she gets home, I will get her to try these ones on and see how these fit compared to the ones that I made yesterday. But I can tell you right now, these are a lot more comfortable. And if she wants elastic, I can change it to elastic now that I've made, at least the pink one I can change to elastic. I don't know about the other one, because the other one's pretty tight. There we go. It's not perfect, but it'll work. There. Bring it upwards. So there you go. And I'll post a picture of it, of her wearing it in the group tomorrow when because she's not going to be home until late tonight. So there you guys go. So that's one, and there's the second one. There you go. So she's got two different kinds, one a little bit bigger than the other, and we'll see how she likes it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being with me for the last couple hours. I really appreciate it. Emily will be following. The link is below on Creative Jewels by Emily, and she will be doing some of her own things this afternoon. So we'll see you all then. Thank you very much and have a good day. Take care, everybody. Bye. Bye.